Good morning. It's August the 7th, 2020. I was watching somebody the other day and they were saying they don't normally date their YouTube channel or call the date because someone may watch this a couple of years down the road, but they are more in ministry and they were like, they give prophetic words and things like that, encouragement for that particular time. And they wanted, if someone watched it a couple of years later, they wanted them to be able to feel that same connection. But even though I am a faith-based author, I'm a faith-based coach, and my channel is Sheila's One Stop Coaching Channel, even though, I will bring encouragement, I will bring a lot of things from the Word of God. I'm not necessarily giving prophetic words that might help a person 3 years down the road. But what I am bringing still may help somebody 3 years down the road. If they find this video about writing, then hey, that's fine too. But this is the first time you've ever been here. My name is Sheila Texter, and this is Sheila's One Stop Coaching Channel. I would like for you to subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, comment on it. Send me a message if you ever have any questions. I am more than willing to help you out. But every Wednesday and Friday, I put out videos. On Wednesdays, I read out of the book that I wrote. The first book that I wrote, Life After the Mistake. And I am in the process of writing Life After the Mistake 2. And I am also writing some bee devotionals like the Bumblebee. And it'll be something like how to be prosperous, how to be kind, how to be thankful. And hopefully I will end up with 12 30-day devotionals. And maybe in a couple of years have like a 12-month bundle. That is my goal. And, and it may change, but the main goal won't change. And that's to have the bee devotional / journals, because they will have like some call to action in there as well. But today, the coaching tip that I want to leave with you today on your writing journey. Now, I am a transformational coach. My intentions and my goal is to help a person find their passion, find their thing that makes them tick, or that desire, and to awaken it, and then to take action. We don't want to just awaken that desire. We want to help you take action. Because, this book idea was dropped in my spirit in 2018 in July. 2 years later, it come to fruition. So I don't want to just awaken something in you. I want to help you start working on that thing, that passion, that desire, that call, that pull, that thing that you wake up with it in your mind, or you go to bed with it, or allow yourself to do that. If you haven't been doing that, allow yourself to do that. So, sometimes I'm going to go off with that avenue because I'm a coach, and my intention is to help you. I don't want to just bring something tangible to help you with, but I want to help your spirit, help your mind, help your mindset, because that's my main goal. But today, I've on Fridays, I usually bring like an inspirational, transformational coaching tip. I bring something like usually a scripture from the Bible and things like that, and try to help a person change their mindset. But for just a little while, I'm going to try to bring coaching tips on writing a book. Now, I don't know how long I will stay on the writing part of a book on coaching on Friday, but I'm going to do it until I feel released to move on to something else. And like I say, and I've probably said it in several of my other videos, I'm no expert. I've only wrote one book, but what I have learned, I want to share it with somebody else, because you would not believe the people that message me. And of course, they're raving about the book that I just wrote, and I give God all the glory for that. That wasn't me, that was God. God wanted this message out there because so many people have failed in that area, and he wants them to know that failure is not final. There is life after those mistakes. There's life after those affairs. There's life after adultery. There's life after divorce, and there's life after remarriage. You know, it kind of covers a lot of those things, this book does. But anyway, but today, the coaching tip that I want to bring to you in the book journey is show, don't tell. That was one of the things that I heard when I started my book journey, when I started writing, and I started reading up on stuff. I mean, again, and I'll probably say this in every video, watch some YouTube channels. Get you just a couple, though, and follow them. Let me be one of them. Let me help you as a first-time writer, that you don't get overwhelmed and just put it down and don't do it. Because I pushed through that. I did that. I made those mistakes. I listened to too many people and was trying to do what everybody was doing. And I found out later there's no right or wrong way. You got to find what works for you and stay with that. You got to, find what works for you and stay with that. But today my coaching tip is show, don't tell. And I just want to read something off of my phone. I just kind of went in there and was looking at it. I mean, I understand what it means, but I wanted to give you like an example of something that they were showing on the computer, on the internet. Showing, telling. This is what this says. It, in short, showing illustrates, while telling merely states. Here's a quick example of showing versus telling. Telling, Michael was terribly afraid of the dark. Okay? But showing, as his mother switched off the light and left the room, Michael tensed. He huddled under the covers. He gripped the sheets and held his breath as the wind brushed past the curtain. So you see what I'm saying? Now, when you're reading a book and it just says Michael was terribly afraid of the dark, that's okay. But if you want to enhance the writing and bring the reader into a little more intense, they can feel that. If they're young, or even if they're older like me, you can remember doing that as a child. The mother switched off the light and it was real dark. You pulled all the covers up to you. So it's showing and not just telling. That's a coaching tip, writing tip that I want to leave you today. And then I wrote down one on my own. Telling, it was very cold outside. But if I show you how cold it was, I might say, ice was on the windshield of the cars. Icicles draped from the roof of our house. So when you can picture that. You picture ice being on the cars, and you picture icicles from the house. And when it's ice, that means it's very cold outside. You see? So that's my coaching tip today. Show, don't tell. And you might say, well, I'm not worried about if anybody reads my book. But if you want people to read your book, and you want people to enjoy the read, sometimes you got to ask yourself, why are you writing the book? Is it something you just want to do? Is it something you feel pricked in your heart to do? That's what I did. But as I began to go along, my goal was to get that book in as many hands as I could get it in. Yeah, sure, I wanted to make money on that book. But more than money, more than the sales, I want to help somebody with that message of mercy and grace. So I've been on here almost 10 minutes today, and my goal is to always stay within 10 to 15 minutes, because I know people's time is of an essence now, and they are very particular about what they spend their time on. So when I bring you something, I want it meaty. I want the content to be rich, and I want you to watch the channel all the way through. I want you to watch it all the way through. So until next week, till next Wednesday, I've been thinking about doing another video on Thursdays and have one Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And maybe on Thursday do like prayer. Do like a 15-minute prayer session. And maybe just pray for different things on that day. Whatever God leads me to pray for during that time. So I'm just looking into adding some more time to my channel because I need 1,000 subscribers and I need 4,000 viewing hours in a 1 year period. So to do that, I've got to put out more content for people to watch. And I believe putting out another video, with 15 more minutes will add to my hours. Because people will watch a video 15 minutes more than they would watch a 30-minute video. Unless it's really, really meaty and it's really, really good and you can keep that viewer on there with you the whole time. But anyway, if you are a prayer warrior, or if you pray and you consider yourself a Christian, or just that you talk to God, pray for Sheila. Pray for me as I journey on. So until next Wednesday, I'm not for sure, August the 12th. I think August the 12th, I'll be back with a video on the book. I will be reading. I will continue on in the chapter that I read last week. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm just going to read a chapter and then go to the next chapter. And if you want to follow along and read the book with me, that would be awesome. But I'm asking you again, subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, comment, spread the word, and help me reach 1,000 subscribers, guys. Help me sell 1,000 books. If you follow me any at all, you'll see my Facebook picture and my Facebook post sometimes. I'm sharing this book. Got a picture of this book, and I got a little thing on there, help me sell 1,000 books. So anyway, guys, just trying to, keep everybody encouraged and keep everybody on board and following me in this writing journey. But until next week, y'all have a great weekend. Continue to stay in prayer. Stay strong. Keep your faith. I believe, guys. We're fixing to come out of this. And if you have been sitting with God, and if you've been drawing closer to God during this season, I believe those are the people that are going to see great, great, great abundance. You're going to see blessings beyond anything your mind could imagine. And I'm not just talking about monetary things. I'm just talking about influence, territory, possessing buildings and gaining lands and your influence and things like that. If you have took this time, this downtime that God has gave us and used it to grow, you're going to see great, great growth. You're going to see great abundance coming into your life. Now, if you wasted your time watching Netflix and binging on Hulu and Netflix and things, and I'm not knocking those things, but if you took this downtime and just wasted it on watching, stuff that don't mean a hill of beans, and instead of taking this time to grow with God, you've missed out. You really missed out on a great, great opportunity. So I challenge you today. We're still kind of in that. We're still in quarantine. We're still kind of, boxed in. Take this time. If you've been binge watching TV, get off of that and start growing in something. Start investing in yourself that you can see rewards later. So I'm going to quit preaching and get off of here. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all next Wednesday.